Hey everybody, I'm Clint and I like to cook. And today I'm going to be cooking a rotisserie chicken, twice baked potato. Now there's nothing complicated about this. The hardest thing's probably going to get in the rotisserie chicken. So you guys come along with me and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so I'm going to start out by preheating my oven to 400, and I've gone out and I bought some jumbo russet potatoes. They're pretty good size. You can see my hand, it pretty well same size as my hand there. And I'm going to use 4 for this recipe. You can use however many that you need. And we're just going to bake these in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and wrap these, and I like to spray just a little bit of olive oil on my tin foil, and I'll wrap these up, and I'll just fold the ends down, and we're going to just lay them on a tray here, and we're going to get those baked. Now, it's going to depend on the size of your potato. You just want to bake them until they get soft. I don't have a time frame. I'd say a little over an hour on these potatoes, maybe an hour and a half, because they're pretty good size. You just want to make sure that you bake them and get them soft. So I'll go ahead and finish getting these wrapped up, and I'll get it in the oven and get them to baking. All right, so our potatoes are done. I took them out of the oven. I took them out of the tin foil, and I've just let them set for a little bit to kind of cool down. So what I want to do next is I want to take my knife and I want to just make a slit right here on the very top. And then I take the ends and I kind of push the ends together, and it opens that up. So I'll just push that. It makes a cavity there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to remove the inside of the potato as much as we can, and we're going to set it over here in our bowl. Now I don't go all the way down to the skin. I just try not to bust through the skin, but I try to get as much of the inside out as I possibly can. So I'll go ahead and finish these up, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, I dug the potato out of the skin, so I'm going to take a little masher, and we're just going to mash this a little bit. I don't want it real smooth. I kind of want to leave it just a little bit lumpy. It don't take much here. That's probably going to be plenty. All right, now what I want to do is I want to add 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to add some bacon bits, a couple handfuls there. I'm going to add about a half a cup of sour cream. I'm going to add about a half a cup of smoked Gouda cheese, and about a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And what I want to do is I'm going to just mix all this up. I like that smoked Gouda cheese. It gives it a real good flavor. Along with the bacon and sour cream, it's going to be delicious. And we'll just kind of blend that all together like that. All right, so what we want to start doing now is we're going to just start taking this mixture, and we're going to fill the potato skins back up. So I went ahead and put me some gloves on because I'm going to be making a little bit of mess here. I like to press that down in there, get it packed pretty good. Just about like that right there. So I'll go ahead and finish these other ones. All right, so I've got the mixture put back in the skins. So now what I've done is I've taken some rotisserie chicken and I've just pulled it off the bone and just cut it up into small little chunks about like that. And I'm not going to use the whole chicken. We're not going to need that much meat. But what I like to do is I like to Put that meat on top of that potato and press it down in there. Just about like that. We'll go to the next one. You can add as much of this as you want to. You can even use barbecue. If you have leftover barbecue, it's great making it like that also. You can drizzle it with some barbecue sauce. There's many different ways that you can go about making this. I like to just kind of get it in there about like that. That ought to be plenty on each one there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some more of that smoked Gouda cheese and we're going to lay a little bit on top of that chicken. Once again, you can kind of add however much you like. If you don't like smoked Gouda, put you something on there different. Like I said, there's many ways of doing this. Now we're going to come in there with just a little bit of cheddar right on top of that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these right back in the oven. And we're going to let these cook until the cheese is melted good. And then we'll be right back. All right, so we just got the potatoes out of the oven. The cheese is melted. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some more bacon bits right to the top of those. Can't have too many bacon bits. There we go. Boy, these smell great too. And the last thing we're going to add is some green onions. I'm making a little bit of a mess, but hey, sometimes that's some of the best food. And if you don't like green onions, you can just leave it off. That's fine. And that pretty well does it. There you go, guys. That's pretty easy right there. These are going to be spectacular. Look at that, guys. That right there is going to be great, I promise you. I'm going to go ahead and check it out here. Oh yeah. That's good right there. And like I said earlier, you can use barbecue. You can even drizzle it with sauce when you're done with it, or whatever else you like. Steak. Hey, steak and potatoes. Can't go wrong with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for all your support, and God bless.